All right, greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. We're gonna go back, and I kind of want to talk about this. I talked about this before. I'm gonna bring this up again. It's a little bit of a different video. This is for many. There are so many newcomers here in the crypto space. Many of you guys have lost a whole lot of money because you really don't understand the crypto space. But not only that, but hopefully in the future, you won't have to understand the crypto space. I'll explain that later. Many of you are short-term day traders. If you are that, my channel is not for you. The advice that I give is not for you. And the advice that I give is not really for anybody, but for entertainment purposes only, if you guys know what I mean. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a professional, anything. Maybe a professional basketball player, as I always say. Professional basketball coach, as I always say, not player. Excuse me. And then, but let's get into. I kind of wanted to go back to the beginning. I've heard it twice already, and we have some very popular YouTubers out there, and they're having misinformation on Holochain. And one of them, I'm not going to call out any names because I believe that even I misspeak and say some things a little off. And so I kind of wanted to help you guys understand, going to 101 blockchains, understand the differences between the different distributed ledger technologies, right? As you can see here, there are different ones. There's blockchain, hashgraph, DAG, holochain, and tempo radix. And I don't really understand that. That's a new one, and I'm going to be looking at that a little bit further later on. But that is something brand new. Like I said, I always invest in technology. I'm trying to figure out what is the best technology out there that I can use for. I'm just gonna go right here, and I just kind of wanna. I don't know exactly what that is. Um, all right, so we're gonna take a look at this as well. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, why is it running low? It's plugged in. Boy, I tell you, brother can't catch a break these days. Oh, man, I'm sorry, you guys. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, I know. Oh, there it is. Oh, no. Come on, get in there. Oh, this is so embarrassing. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, my computer wants to act up. It doesn't want to charge, and I definitely don't want. Um. Okay, there we go. Cool, 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 cool. All right, all right. Whew. I'm a little bit I'm not really a huge Bitfinex fan, but we're gonna take a look at all of this. All right, so all right, sorry about that, you guys. All right, we had as I stated before, there's a YouTuber, and I've heard it from a couple of ones, and they call Holochain a DAG. It is not a DAG. This is what I mean by please, please, please do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. You have to understand, as far as the crypto space goes right now, for hopefully if you've made it this far, if you're a day trader or someone who you care about the day-to-day prices and it's driving you crazy, I'm not the one. You probably don't want to hear anything I have to say. Please go on to the next channel. They'll tell you whether it's going up or down, or that it could possibly go up and down. At the end of the day, it's all going to possibly go up or down. So what's the difference? The main thing is to invest in technology. As I stated before, they kept calling it a DAG. It is not a DAG. It's up to us to make sure that we we educate ourselves, okay, on exactly what's going on. So for many of you guys, you're new out there, you have no idea what's going on. So we're going to take everything and we're going to go back to the beginning. Now, I'm not going to go all the way to the beginning. as we can see here, this is on 101 blockchains, which is really good information for you to really understand exactly the differences between distributed ledger technologies, right? So this is just the overview of what's going on here. It says there's no doubt that blockchain is currently the most popular DLT variant in the world. The transaction records are stored in a ledger in the form of a chain of blocks, like a long list of records. Excuse me, you guys, I apologize. The digital information stored in the block includes the time, date, and specifications of a transaction. In addition, the blocks in blockchain also contain the sender's information with a unique digital signature to safeguard anonymity. Yeah, I said it right. The blocks in a blockchain contain a special ID termed as the hash that differentiates and synchronizes transactions. The hash functions provide reliable support to distinguish all the transaction blocks in the ledger. Now, the next addition among types of DLT is the hash graph, which allows the storage of multiple transactions on a ledger with the same timestamp. A record on a ledger in a hash graph is known as an event and involves the storage of all transactions in a parallel structure. The hash graph DLT system ensures that no nodes on the network can change the transactions or information. Upon comparison to blockchain, you can clearly notice the additional facilities of choosing the transaction for including a block. One of the interesting highlights about hash graph as a DLT variant refers to the requirement of smaller storage units, as you don't have to store transaction information in the ledger for eternity. In a hash graph, all nodes in a network would reach an agreement on the process of the transaction and list the process accordingly. A DAG. The next addition among DLT types refers to DAG, or directed acyclic graph. A DAG is basically an improved DLT with a different structure. DAG is capable of supporting nano transactions and better improvement in scalability with the expansion of the network. In addition, DAG also differs from other DLT types on the basis of its consensus mechanism. Every node on the network has to provide proof of transactions on the ledger and could initiate transactions. Nodes have to verify at least 2 of the previous transactions on a ledger to confirm their transaction. Therefore, transactions with longer branches of previous validated transactions are more likely to be considered valid. Companies that have to deal with massive volumes of transactions could use DAG. Holochain. Holochain DLT is the next recent addition among DLT types, other than blockchain. It is one of the most advanced DLTs presently that provides developers with the new approaches for the creation of decentralized apps. The foremost difference between Holochain and other DLT types refers clearly to the agent-centric structure. Holochain DLT avoids global consensus mechanisms by providing all agents with their own forking system. Therefore, Holochain serves as a promising alternative for business use cases that demand higher scalability and system integrity. We're going to go back again. Obviously, you guys know I'm a fan of Holochain. I'm going to explain a little bit more of how that differs from blockchain. So, the final addition among the new variants of DLT refers to Tempo Radix. The Tempo is a relatively new addition that provides the benefit of a timestamp along with the DLT functionalities. One of the major highlights of Tempo is that there is no need for any modification to use Tempo for public and private modules. Furthermore, you wouldn't need any prominent additions in terms of hardware components for the creation of your own decentralized application, coins, or tokens. All right, so we're going to look at the challenges. So now it should be less obscure to perceive the functionalities of a distributed ledger technology beyond blockchain. However, it is also essential to reflect on the challenges of DLT to anticipate the future of its adoption. Again, people, to anticipate the future of adoption. One of the foremost pitfalls of DLT refers to the lack of clarity regarding regulations. The limited strength of regulatory infrastructure pertaining to DLT presents risks of compromising user rights on a network. And guess who had who just had that patent? Holochain just had a patent, right? It's basically saying that the rights, everything that owner rights of their own information. They own their own information on the Holochain network. The next crucial, and it's more than that, but I'm not getting into that. The next crucial setback for DLT refers to a lack of any solid evidence regarding its global impact. The global implementation of DLT continues to be still at a theoretical level and without any concrete evidence of its global impact. The adoption of DLT would be mired in doubts. Another prominent challenge that DLT has to overcome is still the relative immaturity of the technology. Apart from blockchain, the other DLT variants are still evolving and have their own share of flaws. Even though DLT holds bright promise for the future, it still has to reach a stage of maturity. The most formidable challenge for DLT is to strike a balance between data security, privacy, and transparency. Data security in event of network scalability and transparency amidst strong privacy safeguards continue to pose formidable challenges to DLT. So obviously, again, like I stated before, I really like this because it explains the differences between, but also the challenges. And one of the biggest challenges that these new DLTs have is the fact that it's not implemented in the world right now. But we all know, for many of us, we all know that that the hash graph is used by Header hash graph. There's another one. There's a couple other ones that's used by DAG. Obviously, Holochain is Holochain. I don't really know much about tempo rated, so that's why I clicked over there to take a look at that. But yeah, we have to understand exactly the differences between DLT. And I would submit to you guys to watch these YouTube videos and really understand exactly, and I'm gonna watch it myself so I can just get a recap of exactly what's going on. Look, people, when I invest in technology and I invest in something, I want to know more about it. The problem with you guys, many of you guys, if you're, and like I said, if you're here, you're probably not gonna like what I have to say, but oh well. Yes, right now the crypto market is speculative. You want to know why it's speculative? Because blockchain has not been fully adopted yet. And I stated this before and I'm gonna say it again. It's been almost 9 to 10 years. We've had plenty of opportunities to actually for it to be adopted. And it, by the way, don't get me wrong, it will be adopted. Blockchain technology will be adopted. Now, which cryptocurrencies that are going to be on those blockchain technologies and that's going to make it over the years, I don't know. That's something that I don't know. But here's something that I do know. I do know that the earlier you get in technology, even Header hash graph, which is further ahead than obviously Holochain. Well, that's because they're two different products, and it's Holochain solves problems that Header. And by the way, for some of you guys that don't understand, Header hash graph. And I'm going to say this again. I know some of you guys going to go in the comment section. You don't know what you're talking about. No. There are 39 council members, or they're trying to make 39 council members. They haven't gotten all the way there yet. And the council members are not individual, but they're organizations that pull together and say, hey, how are we going to do this? And how are we going to make sure that this runs well? Well, some of the top organizations in the world are going to be doing that. Guess what they're looking at? Guess who they're looking after? They're looking after themselves. That's all they're doing. They're not making the world a better place. Okay? So it's not decentralized. It's basically giving technology to rich people so that they can become even richer. And that's what I'm saying. And by the way, oh man, I could go on forever. I'm not gonna go on forever, but I'm just so sick and tired. And even if we look at Bitcoin, will Bitcoin continue to go up? Yes, most definitely. I believe personally that it'll always be a store of value. I don't think it's going to get to the point to where it's going to be used as a currency, because I don't think it has all of the all of the ingredients to fully be a currency. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people who are poor or cannot get into the technology to own a Bitcoin or even Satoshis and different things like that, it's going to be extremely, extremely difficult. The reason why but I do believe that it's going to be a store of value. I do believe that its value is going to increase. I do believe that it's going to continually be an deflationary asset, and therefore its value will continue to rise. And that's not financial advice. That's just me saying exactly what has happened since the dawn of its time. So I do continue that trend to move forward. Now, what I'm saying is here is when we look at this, it says the road ahead of distributed ledger technology is not paved with easy opportunities. From a neutral perspective, there are still many shortcomings in DLT alongside the promising potential it has for various industries. Understanding DLT is more than knowing how it's different from blockchain. Knowing the shortcomings of DLT is key to resolving them. Opportunities uncovered by fixing DLT limitations allow the user to explore more about DLT, discover the potential for transforming various conventional operations across different industries. In the long run, DLT will most likely serve as the basis of all peer-to-peer transactions. So it's better to start learning more about distributed ledger technology right now. And I could not agree more. So many of you know that I am not a huge tech guy. I'm just not. But what I am is things are, it's common sense to me. So I know many of you are new to this whole blockchain, to technology, to I ran into somebody at the shoe store and I was talking about, they're like, oh, wow, I'm like, yeah, I make YouTube videos every once in a while. I talk about, cryptocurrencies. And she's like, what's that? And I'm like, well, have you ever heard of Bitcoin? And she's like, no. And I'm like, now this is a United States of America citizen. She works in a shoe store. She's from New York and she has no idea. Never even heard of Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. See, you have to understand how early you are when it comes to Holochain. You really have to understand how early you are. We're in the very, very beginning. People still don't even know what blockchain is, don't even know what Bitcoin is, not alone Hashgraph and DAG and Holochain and Temporadix, whatever that is. Like, I don't even know what Temporadix is, but I'm going to figure it. I'm sure enough try to figure it out. And by the way, if I don't figure something out, I'll sit up there and I'll look at it. I'll look at different videos over and over and over again. Guarantee you, best you believe, I will be looking at this, learn more about distributed ledger technology and the analyst corner. I'm going to be taking a look at this video. Let me see if you know what? Man, I clicked share on it. I knew I shouldn't have did that. Okay, good. Okay, so let's go here. All right, let's see what this is. The decentralized financial protocol, the first layer 1 protocol specifically built to serve DeFi. Okay, Erratics. I don't think that's the same thing. Let me go back. No, it is. And I think we're going back to Blockchain 101. No, we're not. We're going to Mango Research. Okay. Tempo's logical clocks explain. In the previous post, I discussed various consensus methods, proof of work, proof of stake, Tango, and Tempo. Since then, I've covered a few topics on the most well-known consensus, proof of work, and proof of stake. Today, I want to discuss what I believe is the most important of the consensus methods us to graph is Tempo. Don't get me wrong, I'm not claiming that Tempo is better than the rest. Better is subjective. However, I do believe that Tempo is far the most groundbreaking of consensus methods. Tempo tackles the current issues that plague DLT blockchain world, namely scalability and mass adoption, and it does so effectively. As such, from an enthusiast perspective, Radius's Tempo deserves our keen attention. So, before I get into this, notice he said, namely scalability and mass adoption. With Holochain, I don't know if you guys know, they had their holoports go out. It was sold out in less than an hour. That ought to tell you something. If that don't tell you anything, I personally don't know what to tell you. You guys can look this stuff up, okay? So or 2 hours. Well, however, it was a short period of time in which they sold out of their holoports. Look, people, I'm trying to get you to understand. We're extremely new on Holochain. It has not been able to prove itself yet, and yet we have so much adoption, and it's going to continue as more and more people finally understand, as countries finally understand. See, what countries don't understand is that Holochain will help them with their trash. Okay, will help them with their fiat currency, and along with their CBDCs, right? So if you can have your holo fuel, and by the way, if you don't know that the hot token can be traded into the holo fuel much later. We won't even get into that topic. But if you're new here, please take a look at and understand those things. But anyway, you have holo fuel, and it can you can have your fiat currency paired to holo fuel, and then it can also be transacted and used and backed by fiat currency. This actually gives fiat currency a chance to actually survive in the crypto space. But it's Holochain is a technology that's just basically saying, may whoever have the best technology wins. The currency, whoever have the best currency wins. So you can run whatever currency you want and pair it with whatever you want, just like you can have CBDCs run on a blockchain. It's the same thing. You can have your CBDCs on a holochain. So holochain allows, in a much more grander fashion, much more efficient way, allows fiat currency to be paired or CBDCs to be paired with cryptocurrency. Again, like I stated before, I really don't like CBDCs. It's like like I stated before, it's like a grandpa trying to fit into skinny jeans. It just might not work. It's just not. He might not understand what's going on. And by the way, I don't wear skinny jeans. I just really don't. So I'm just throwing it out there. But I do see some guys, and they try to fit in skinny jeans, and they try to look cool and hip like the young kids. And I'm sorry, but I've never been one of those people to even try to fit in. So while other kids were pulling down their pants for certain reasons because it looked cool, it wasn't efficient. I can care less about looking cool in any kind of sort of fashion. But you know, it's just one of those things to where it's more efficient for me to have my pants pulled up because I play a lot of sports. So anytime I'm on a basketball court, I don't want to be pulling my pants up trying to play basketball. Or when I'm walking around, I don't want to be pulling my pants up. It's just aggravating to me. So no, even if I was cool with it, it doesn't matter whether I'm cool with it or not. I just do whatever's more efficient. So anyway, going back to this, I got sidetracked here. It says in distributed systems, the ordering of events like transactions can be difficult. You cannot simply attach a timestamp to an event. Due to issues like network latency, each systems may witness an event at a different time. So how do these systems agree on different timestamps? How are they to come to a consensus on ordering of events? So let's look at Bitcoin's proof of work uses the cryptographic puzzle as its core solution to determine the ordering of events. Ethereum's proof of stake uses random sampling to determine the ordering of events. And finally, Radius Tempo uses logical clocks to achieve ordering of events. So logical clocks, the heart of the tempo. Using normal timestamps for events doesn't work too well in distributed systems. Why? Put simply, while one system may timestamp at an event at 12:01 p.m., another timestamp may timestamp the same event at 12:02 p.m. This will cause inconsistencies and a failure to agree on the data. So instead of using a normal clock, we use a logical clock. This allows us to place a timestamp that is relative to an occurrence. Okay, I'm starting to understand. Occurrence of the previous event. The clock cares more about what happened before an event than the exact time of the event. All right, so it has all of this. You guys can look this up. Take a look at this if you want. But I just wanted to kind of go over, kind of clear up some air on exactly what's going on. Now, specifically, going back to Holochain specifically, you guys know that I'm a huge Holochain fan or supporter, and that's because I do believe in the technology. I do believe it's going to get there. When it's going to get there, I do not know, but I do know that as far as technology is concerned, I do believe that the technology is going to make it. Now, I'll make no bones about it. Now, I want you guys to know, I am not here because I am a religious fan of Holochain. Many of you guys know I've been extremely critical on Holochain sometimes because maybe they're not doing things the way I personally would like for them to do it or whatever. But I will say this. If there is something up, if there is something wrong, if they're doing something off, I'm going to talk about it. Why? Because it's a free country. Well, sort of. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. But because of the fact that I do believe that this technology is going to make it, I do believe that what they have done is some serious groundwork, and the technology the technology that they have to push forward is awesome. I do believe that Holochain is going to revolutionize everything as far as finance is concerned in the future. So again, many of you guys don't understand how early you are in the system. And so anyway, let's go right here. I just want to see something real quick. What will happen if I put in Holochain? Oh well, I hope I hope it's not cap sensitive. Come on, y'all know how my computer is, boy. Look here. Here we are. Blockchain versus Hashgraph versus DAG versus Holochain. So again, this goes back. This goes back to the video that I had before, just basically talking about the differences, and then obviously it's going up. It's talking about this, and I don't see the other thing here, but I don't believe that, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's different, but it might have to be, kind of connected. So, with all of these here, you look at transactions per second. We're going through, well, I'm not going to go through all of this again. I have it in the video Holochain Next Frontier if you guys want to check that out. But I really do go through each one of these. You guys can, look, this is 101blockchains.com. You guys can come here and take a look at it yourself. Again, it goes specifically into DAG, Holochain, all that stuff. Now it says right here, blockchain versus Hashgraph, right? And this is something that I like. You want to compare what you have versus what you're invested in, right? So this is why I always talk about, you guys send me these blockchain technology, these cryptocurrencies that are run on blockchain, and you expect me to be into it. I'm not. I'm really not. I invest in technology. Now, will it solve some problems? Absolutely. Does Chile solve some problems? Yeah, it does. This is a really cool project, and I'm a huge sports fan. You know what I'm saying? So I really love sports. I'm a Jaguars fan. And I hate the Cowboys, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there. So if any of you Cowboys fan out there, please unsubscribe from my channel. No, I'm kidding, but I really, I'm really a huge football fan. So, but anyway, by the way, I do think Trevor Lawrence is going to do wonders, make the football team better. The only question is that will the organization turn itself around? We'll see about that. All right. Back to cryptocurrency here. So look here. It says blockchain versus holochain. In comparison of DLT. Now notice it said it doesn't say blockchain versus hot token. Does it? It doesn't say blockchain versus hollow fuel. No, it says blockchain versus holochain. I'm trying to get you guys to understand holochain is not a cryptocurrency. Please, people, get it right. In comparison of DLT, looking at the fundamental structure of Holochain and blockchain brings various differences to the fore. In particular, the two largely based on their structure, although the purpose has some similarities. Interestingly, Holochain is some kind of revolutionary technology that seeks to turn everything on its head. Like blockchain, Holochain seeks to allow secure and transparent transactions among players on the network. Information on both platforms is cryptographically secure, and one cannot alter the information. Further, both platforms allow users to interact on a peer-to-peer basis. This way, they can interact directly and without the need of a central authority. Nonetheless, Holochain is somewhat next level compared to blockchain. Essentially, Holochain seeks to introduce a new dynamic far different from the fundamental aim of blockchain. Blockchain seeks to decentralize transactions such that people can interact directly without the need of a middle party. On the contrary, Holochain wants to make the interactions distributed. Holochain creates a network composed of various distributed ledger technology networks. So this is, you can have various DLTs on there. Therefore, the DLT is one major network that is limitless in terms of scalability and the number of transactions users can accomplish in a second. On blockchain network, nodes rely on a single network to initiate and validate transactions. As such, as more blocks join the chain, computational burden multiplies as well as the fees associated with transactions. On the contrary, nodes in the blockchain in Holochain run on their own chains. Therefore, there is more room for computations. The fact that each node runs on its own chain and Holochain imply there is no need for miners, which is a huge thing for that the governments and the countries all want to make excuse, and all of a sudden, we're trying to be green and we're using too much fuel and all this other good stuff, but we won't talk about what it takes to actually mine gold or mine these other hard metals, and there's technology actually to do that better. But guess what? We're not trying to look at those, are we? Nope. Want to know why? Because they're trying to look after their pockets. Anyway, we're gonna break off from that. It says the fact that each node runs on its own chain in Holochain implies that there is no need for miners. As such, transaction fees are almost non-existent. Further, this implies that there is no tokenization on the platform, but rather smart contracts rule the space. Nodes running on their own chains imply that they will be able to process ledgers that solely belong to them. This way, the relationship between various nodes on the network is trusted completely. Further, dApps have an infinite space to operate in. As such, one can expect the dApps to operate at their optimum at all instances. So, it just talks about here how all of them are different. Look, may the best man win. But I'm always going to go with the better technology. That's just me. That's what I invest in. Make no bones about it. I am here for me, for my financial future, and I do believe that the hot token is going to be successful on Holochain. So, again, I believe that Holo is going to be successful on Holochain. Two different things. Please understand that, and that the hot token is going to be used in congruent with Holo Fuel. Again, I believe that it's all going to work out, and then that the numbers are all there, and it's just fine. One of the things about Holochain right now is the fact that it's extremely complicated, right? So we have a lot of intelligent people coming together, and it's extremely complicated, so a lot of people aren't even talking about it. That's why we do have major YouTubers saying that it's a DAG. What? Really? You did, all you had to do was Google one-on-one blockchains, but they're not. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. They're gonna go in there and they're gonna talk about, oh, SafeMoon is trash and everything else in between. And I get it. I might say the same thing. Oh, Dogecoin is trash, blah 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 blah. But I'm not saying that because it's a cryptocurrency. I'm saying it because it runs on a blockchain. There is a difference. So I need you guys to really start doing your own research. Okay. I'm really trying to help. The reason why I made this channel is because I want to be different in telling you guys the truth on exactly what's going on. And obviously there's going to be some bias. I'm going to have my own personal opinions, right? As such, that is what it is. I am a human being, so I will do those things. But if I mess up, or if I misspeak, or if I say something off or different, by all means, that's why I love the comment section. You guys know, you guys look at the comment section. You guys look at my comment section and my previous videos. I take a look at just about all of them. Very rarely. I mean, I'm like at 99% chance of taking a look, and it don't matter how many views I have. If you guys look at that, there's someone with 7K views. I've looked at all of their comments. By the way, I'm gonna go back and look at more comments. Why? Because of the fact that I really want to understand. I'm not just gleaning information off of this computer, from these different websites that with free information that they're not charging you for to understand, but also I understand that I don't know everything. So if somebody wants to tell me something or correct me on something, by all means, please do so. That's what this channel is all about. That's what I want this channel to be about. And when I see people arguing down low about, price predictions and different things like that, that's perfectly fine. That's cool. If somebody have a negative comment, which right now we have a lot of people who don't understand that the cryptocurrency space as a whole is speculative. We got it's just basically, it's not even, it's the wild wild west, but it's starting to, it's starting to become less and less the wild wild west, right? Because now we have institutional investors coming in and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm gonna cut it off right there. I feel like I just got started. I can talk. I really want to talk more. Please, you guys, do more research. Find out what Radiate's DLT is. Look into that a little bit more. But really, people, try to understand what's going on in the crypto space. I really feel sorry for you guys, for many of you who really don't understand that you are super duper early. Holochain, and this is the thing. Here's something that I will say. We're early with Holochain. And here's the funny thing. It's in the top 100. We're super early. The product hasn't even come out yet. And by the way, I'm going back to my last video when I said about marketing, right? Holochain is not marketing. Right now, if they did market, who would they market to? They don't have a working product. Again, but like I said before, and many of you guys have great comments, and I do agree with you. Marketing and having great PR are two different things, and I do agree with that. And again, that's one thing that we have to understand. But I would rather them really educate people and have some kind of learning thing so people can really understand what Holochain is and get rid of all of the confusion that's out there, right? You have to make it very, very simple for plebeians such as myself to understand exactly what's going on, because I am one of those guys. I'll sit here all day long because I want to understand, and I'll go out there and I'll shoot hoops. And I'll play Madden. By the way, when I was playing Madden, Jaguars beat, I stumped on this dude. He quit. It was 21-0. I had the Jags and he had Cowboys. So I have extra attention when I want to beat up on the Cowboys. I don't even care about my division. I just care about the Cowboys. I hate them. So anyway, going back to all of this, you guys, please, like I said, educate yourselves. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video right here. But look, I really need you guys. I really need you all to understand. You got to do your own research. You got to do your own research and got to understand where everything is going. Because look, when you're coming in to Holochain right now and you just say here and you keep it and you wait until you wait until beta and everything becomes live, and then the hot token is available in the US and everything is moving forward. Because let me tell you something, you guys, once the hot token is available in the US or everything is live, Holochain is live, it's not going to be as much fluctuation, okay, right? it's gonna increase. Yeah, the price will increase and everything else in between. But hollow fuel was meant to be a kind of currency that really doesn't fluctuate all that much. And so again, that enables. I'm not gonna get into it. You know what? I'm gonna stop it right there because I can sit here and talk about the pros and the cons and different things like that. So anyway, blockchain has its place. Hashgraph has its place. Now I don't know about header or hashgraph because personally I don't like it, but you know, DAG, I guess the ones that run DAG, maybe they have their place. And Holochain has its place. But let me tell you something, you guys. I'm always gonna bet on the newest, the brightest, the greatest. And yeah, the oldest is more secure, right? Bitcoin is what it is right now. But you know, when it comes to Holochain is LeBron James at 18 years old. Just saying. That's exactly what it is. In the technological world, Holochain is LeBron James at 18 years old. And right now, blockchain is Michael Jordan, and playing it around the same time as Holochain. And right now, I would say blockchain right now. Some of you guys gonna kill me on this. I know you guys are. But right now, blockchain is Jordan on the Washington Wizards. That's what it is. Champion, secure, you know what you're getting, good guy, but it doesn't solve all the problems. We got a new generation. We got a new world right now. And by the way, I'm not comparing LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Just throwing that out there. Because Michael Jordan will always be the GOAT. Just throwing that out there. But I cannot say that Bitcoin will always be the GOAT. Okay? All right. Anyway, gonna cut it out right there. You guys have a wonderful day. Please, please, please do your own research. Do your own research. And most importantly, as I always say, what do I always say, people? Please, 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 above all else, stay safe out there.